Hey, hi, hello, how are you? I'm Pia, and today we're doing a giant book haul. I don't do book hauls often, so when they come a-rollin'. Anyway, doing this very quickly. I've been accumulating these books since like Christmas time, essentially, and I do have a big old box right here. Let's see, first thing I see here is Black Girl Unlimited. This is a fantasy novel, I believe. Part memoir, part magic. Black Girl Unlimited is a transcendent coming-of-age story and an unforgettable debut. So it is a debut, which is awesome. Cover is like so gorgeous. I love like the paint brush strokes going on. She's an arty girl. Magical memoir, which I think is super cool and interesting. I have no idea about this one, but I've heard it's really great. It's about, let's see, poverty, sexual violence, depression, racism, and sexism. So some hard topics going into this one. So it seems like a really interesting format for those. And let's see. It's just gray. Then I have here The Inheritance Games. I finally picked up my own copy. I read this last year and it was like so much fun. I'm actually trying to get my mom to read it because I just think this, like, if you don't like reading or like you're maybe in a slump or something, these types of books are so much fun. It's basically like Knives Out, but a YA version. So you kind of have like the drama and kind of like fun of a YA with these like really fun like puzzles to solve and stuff like that. And it's really fun. I've only read the first one, so do not spoil the second one, but this is a trilogy. But yeah, I did want to pick her up, and obviously a paperback because I'm a paperback queen. Then I have another book that I've read. This is called, it has a thingy on it. This is called The Happily Ever After Playlist. I read this a couple years ago. This is by Abby Jimenez. It is my favorite one of her books. If you didn't know, I really love stories that have like things about music. Music's something that's really important in my life, so I do really like reading about it, and this is a rom-com kind of book. There's also a dog, which we love. I really remember enjoying this, and I have the other two books here, so now I have all three. Will they fit in the shelves? Absolutely not. But does anything? No. Then I have, of course, One Direction, Straight to the Top. This I got from my best friend Ashley for Christmas. Kind of have shared love of One Direction. I don't know how I feel, but is This Is Us like my comfort movie? Yeah. Yeah, this is just like a funny thing she found at a thrift store, and I just think it's really great. I just love these beans. Look at them! Okay, anyway. But she also gave me an actual book. This is Where the World Ends, and I believe this is about best friends, and then something kind of tragic happens or someone goes missing and they are left to pick up the pieces. She has always given me the best books, and I feel like Ash just really knows what I like to read about, so I'm sure that this is going to be a very hard-hitting contemporary, but something that I'm gonna really enjoy having finished and having read it. So this has a Target sticker on it. Anyways, okay, so I got The Lion's Den. This was like $2, so I kind of had to get it. This is, I believe, like a mommy drama. I love. It's like a mystery with like just rich people, and like rich people shenanigans are like some of my favorite things to read about. Yeah, I just like, if you've read Crazy Rich Asians, I just want that kind of like absolute absurdity and like just like laugh out loud funny experience. So I picked this one up. Then I have one of my favorite books of last year, and this is This Will Be Funny Someday. It's a book that means a lot to me. It was, I think, my second favorite book of the year or something like that, and I didn't own it, which I was like, hello. I love Katie Henry. I love her books. I think she manages to come up with such inventive, new, like unconventional concepts and talk about some really hard-hitting things. It's about a girl who like becomes a stand-up comedian. She tells a lot of lies. She feels very out of place, and she's dealing with a toxic relationship. So there are a lot of moving parts to this book, and I really enjoyed it. Another favorite of last year was We Can't Keep Meeting Like This by Rachel and Sullivan. This was not, however, on my favorites of the year. This is a like YA romance that I would say has a lot of like, I don't like the phrase that I just used, which is like a lot of moving parts, but it has like a lot of other elements to it. It is about a girl who is a like harpist for weddings and stuff, and her family, her parents own like a wedding, what is it called? Wedding company? What is it? I literally cannot remember. Like a wedding planning business. And they like expect her to take over it, and that is absolutely not what she wants. Then we have our other main character who is amazing like baker, and his family like does the catering for the wedding. So they keep like accidentally meeting. They kind of knew each other when they were younger, but they didn't, kind of lost touch and things like that. And I really love this. I especially love like the dynamic between the two characters. I think their romance for one is really great, especially in a young adult. I think it's really strong and complex especially, and I think that both characters have such real problems and real concerns going into such a relationship, and I could really relate to a lot of those things, and I really enjoyed it. So it needed to go on the shelves. This one is another fantasy. I just don't read a lot of fantasy, and I'm trying to like curb that, trying to read some more. So I picked up A River of Royal Blood. I heard that this was like gay and I was like, yes, it's mine. I saw that Olivia Reads Latte had read this and really liked it, although she does read a lot of things and also enjoy a lot of things. A lot more than me probably. This is a YA fantasy. I don't know if it's a series. I don't know really anything about it, but I was really excited about it. I wanted to read also more diverse fantasies because it's kind of hard to find a lot of diverse ones and not just read Cassandra Clare all the time. Yeah, I'm very excited about this. Here she is. Don't know a lot about her. Then we have Never Saw You Coming. I got a bookmark. I swear I do this every time. Anyway, this is Erin Hahn's latest book. This is a like hard-hitting contemporary, and this is kind of a companion to, or maybe it's kind of a companion to this one. It's following her best friend. We do get some lovely cameos from those characters who I adore. This one has a lot to do with like faith and religion. Both characters are really kind of struggling with that and questioning how faith and God and all those sorts of things relate in their lives when they're trying to kind of be independent and free thinking and also like have a relationship. And they deal with a lot of other really crazy things, some like parental issues, lots of family drama, not drama in the sense that it's like OT, but like drama, lots of crazy things going down, and I really enjoyed this book. Then I got Stephen King's On Writing. I don't have a lot to say about this. This is like his memoir and also like talking about his writing process. I have read like bits and pieces of it for classes these past few years. If you didn't know, I am a creative writing student, so I did just want to like fully just like pick it up and like read the whole thing. I haven't read a lot of Stephen King, to be quite honest, but I am interested to hear his process and the things that I've read so far I'd like to know more about. Then I have The Sullivan Sisters by Katherine Armsby. I haven't heard a lot about this, but I feel like Katherine Armsby's books are often overlooked. I have like 3 here. I have loved like so many of them. Like even though no one knows about this, I'm picking it up. I want to say it's about witches. Oh my god, but this is flipping gorgeous. I mean, oh my gosh, we got ghosts. Oh, frick yeah. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I literally, I just skimmed and I was like, ghosts, yes, give me more. She does such cool things with her novels and I'm just so excited. Definitely an underrated author. Very excited to read that. Then I have Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating by Christina Lauren. I could not believe that I didn't have this in my collection. It was my first Christina Lauren book and it is probably one of my favorites. This is such a great rom-com a la New Girl. That's like kind of who the main character is based off, and we have like friends kind of just like keep setting each other up on dates and they go horribly wrong. They're gonna find out that they're a lot better for each other. So it's such a good rom-com. Love Christina Lauren. Then I have Unpregnant. This is by Jenny Hendricks and Ted Kaplan. This was recently made into a movie for HBO, I want to say. I haven't watched the movie, but this book was so great. It is kind of like a road trip style story with 2 friends reconnecting after not having talked for a really long time because one of them is pregnant and has to go somewhere to get an abortion because where she lives, they are not legal, which is absolutely bonkers, and it's so fucked that we have to have stories like this because they are realities. So yes, it is actually a really great book. I really love the friendships in here, as well as like I just think it's a really funny and witty style of narration and story, and it's very good. Then I have here How to Fail at Flirting by Denise Williams. This is another book that I read last year and really enjoyed. This is a romance, but it also deals with topics of sexual assaults and abusive and toxic relationships. It was hard to read at times, but the romance in here like just jumped off the page. It was so believable and engrossing from page 1, and I really liked it. If I could compare it to like any other type of romance, I would say it's a lot like Get a Life, Chloe Brown. She has kind of our main character has kind of a list that she wants to do to kind of spice up her life. Yeah, this is a really great one. I would love to read more from this author. I know she has another romance already out. Fantastic. Loved this one. Oh my gosh. Then I have another one that I actually just read in January. This is The Ex Talk by Rachel and Solomon. She is quickly becoming like one of my favorite authors and definitely one to watch. This is about 2 people who kind of have the banter of exes, but they are not. Radio station, and they end up coming up with this idea for a radio show of exes giving relationship advice. Lots of spicy things happen. This book was so good. I'd give it like 4.5 out of 5 stars. So great. Only didn't like one little part of it, but other than that, it was